And we're live.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe down below.
Hey guys. Hey guys,
Esther, love your picture, girl.
Hey
Brian.
Esther, welcome. Hey, we glad you guys could make it today. I know it's usually have the show on Saturdays, but sometimes it takes just a little bit extra time to prepare these slides. Sandy does an awesome job, so give her some cheers, guys. We have Ann Gaynor in the chat. Hey Ann, welcome.
Hi, Ann.
And welcome everyone else who is just now joining with us. We've got a great show prepared. Let's see. Do we have any birthdays this month, Teresa? Or
I didn't have time to look. I'm sorry. We'll do it next time.
we'll do it the next show. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll get all the birthdays for you next time. Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay.
How's everybody doing? All right?
Yeah.
Let me look at the comments. Sorry, I had my son somehow deleted everything off from Google, so I had to re-upload everything.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
How he did that? He completely got rid of everything.
When iCloud first came out with I think it was iOS 7. Or maybe it was iOS 5. No, it was one of those. Anyway, I think it was iOS 7. I sold my phone, but I forgot to clear the iCloud off of it. So the person, I knew the person who bought my phone. He deleted all my contacts out of my phone. I had no idea. Yes. So I had to do it the old-fashioned way, wait for people to text me or whatever, and then, oh, hey, it's me. You know.
Wow. Yeah, context is important when you get your phone transferred over. Always make sure your context went over. You know.
Yeah, that's the only thing with cloud. You got to make sure you sign out of it before you do anything.
Yep.
If you want to delete them.
Yep.
Anyway, so this is the segment of our show where we like to present 5 of the top posts. Teresa's Mandela Reality Residue Hunter group.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. So you want to talk about this one? Because I'm thinking to myself, oh dear. I mean, these deer have an extra set of nostrils on their face.
Could you make it a little bit bigger? Because I'm on my phone. Sorry.
Sure.
Where the comments are? Yeah. The part that says live is blocking out the beginning of it. I can't read it.
Oh.
It's blocking it out.
That's just your picture. Okay, let me read it. When did deer start having deep facial holes on their face? Supposedly they are not holes, but scent glands. This deer is called what's it called? A muntjac or moonjac?
Yeah, muntjac.
Didn't know that a deer existed like this that had holes and scent glands on its face.
Look at the face and look at the weird looking horns. Looks like teeth growing. But I do have a lot of comments on it if you want to go read the comments. You can scroll down if you want. Isn't it weird looking? Go ahead, you can read the comments.
Paula is a top contributor. She says it's just weird. The video is just so odd. It's been around here for a long time. Someone else says Pat Wilson said that.
Yeah.
I think we've covered this before.
They're weird looking.
Is there a video on this link here?
No, I didn't. But you can Google it if you want and see if there's any videos. Yeah, Brian. It's weird looking though, isn't it?
Hi, Ann.
Yeah. Hey. Esther, if you wouldn't mind, help me interact with the chat while we are presenting, because it's kind of hard to do like 2 things at once. If you could just help me with that.
But I mean, I have to log into YouTube to see if
So yeah, they're just weird looking.
Yeah.
Here's the man's excuse. Here's the,
Yeah.
here's the man's excuse. So
What is it?
if you've ever seen a muntjac or muntjac,
Uh-huh.
you probably noticed the holes on its face, as some people call it. Well, these aren't holes; they're just scent glands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They use it to mark their territories. It's the only deer species with frontal glands. The
Mm-hmm.
only one.
Pretty bizarre looking, though. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we don't know if this is a Mandela effect.
No,
It's just interesting.
it is. We're learning. We're learning as we go along.
Yeah, it's just like the thing that surprises me all the time is that pistol shrimp. Have you heard of the pistol shrimp? We talked about this before on the show.
No.
It's a shrimp that fires a projectile from its claw, and it can take out basically anything in the sea if it wants to.
What?
Yeah, it fires it like a bullet.
I will definitely have to look at this.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Really tiny things too.
Yeah.
Just to get out the shrimp.
I don't want to get copyright here, so I'll just turn the sound. Maybe I'll fast forward it here. This to me, yeah.
No.
Yeah. You haven't heard this one yet?
Like a little gunslinger.
Okay. You're not seeing it on the screen, or are you? Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird.
Sure.
I've never heard of it, Brian. I promise.
What about you? Have you ever heard of that? Esther, you ever heard of that?
I have not. I just keep hearing you've seen the Shark's Tale with the little shrimp guy. I just keep hearing his voice in my head. That's why I'm laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about sister's kids. It's about this little bitty shrimp like shooting something out of his hand, and it's just absolutely funny.
Oh my gosh, Chris Pratt is here?
Yeah.
Dude, Chris, we hadn't seen you in a long time, buddy.
Mm-mm.
Ed Hen's here. Wow.
Ryogumi Makito. Sorry.
Oh.
Bioweapon, the bullety thing.
He goes by a different Brian.
What?
I think it's a different name for that person.
Yeah, from the other guy.
For Chris Pratt?
Yeah, look what it says. Scroll up.
I did.
It says he's Cosmo.
Yeah, Cosmo. Yes, I remember Cosmo.
Oh, I didn't know he went by the name Chris Pratt.
Yeah. He's a longtime follower. I just hadn't seen him in a while. Wow.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
Good to have you back, man. Ed Hen.
Ed Hen.
He's really surprised that we started at a reasonable time.
Yeah, I know. I was passed out from belief.
Have you guys? What about you guys in the chat who are here with us? Have you noticed any brand new effects? If you have, post them in the comments, and we'll be glad to research those later. So Esther, would you make a note if you see any new effects from their audience, and notate who discovered it, I guess, or where they found it? Anyway,
we got more, Brian. We got more to show.
We got 4 more.
Yep.
From Teresa's group. So let's have a look at this one.
There's an interesting one coming.
You want to talk about this one from Floyd Henderson?
Yeah. He thought Jerry Lewis just died, and I thought he died a few years ago. Well, he just died again. We're talking about the actor this time.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's weird.
No, I heard 3 of them die. Like, there was like 3 times where I heard Jerry Lewis die.
Oh, he died again. Yeah.
Wikipedia said he died in 2017.
Yeah, but look what this article says.
So August 91 on August 20th, 2017. Someone said I thought he died in the 2000s.
See, but look at the article when you click on it. That makes no sense. Unless this is an old article. Wait, unless it's an old article, I didn't catch it.
I have to go back to present it because it opened up a new tab. Sorry. All right.
That's okay. What date does it give? Oh my God! Look, 2023. What? Look at that. Look at the date of it, Brian.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's weird.
no. He died years ago. I remember that. No. This is wrong.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Yeah, because I could have sworn I heard like he died again. He had to have.
Yeah, because I remember the singer, the
And there's-
one that bangs on the piano. I know he died, but I also remember the actor Jerry Lewis dying, because you got Jerry Lee Lewis, and then you got Jerry Lewis. This is freaking me out. Yeah, I thought this was a good one.
They're saying
Yep.
Jerry Lewis died August 20th, 2017.
Yeah, but look at the article. Something's wrong. I don't know. That's weird.
Are you guys seeing this next one yet? No, not yet.
Let me see, Brian.
No, even that article is
Okay.
Welcome, Dean Johnson.
It
Welcome.
was last updated March 12th, 2023, but they're saying he died August 20th, 2017 in the actual thing. So Britannica
Weird.
updated, but that's not when the
Whoa.
article was written.
This is a good one, Brian.
Guys, check this one out. Yeah, Kimmy Brownfield. She's
New. She's new to my group.
She said, "My husband found a Mandela effect today. He has a complete set of William Shakespeare's works published back in 1895 by the Keystone Publishing Company. Since when did they spell the author's name Shakespeare?
Yep, look at that.
Shakespeare. That's weird, man. Look at that.
Look at them.
Well, we've seen some of the titles change. Hamlet, the portion that changed was in the title,
Uh-huh.
in Hamlet.
I don't get this, Brian. How could this change?
Yeah, it
Scroll
says
down. Look at
works
that.
of William Shakespeare. That's got to be a typo.
What? No, it's all over the place, Brian. Wait, what does that say, Brian? Read that.
It says here, never spelled his name William Shakespeare.
What? Manscuse. That's Manscuse.
Yes.
That's for Sandy. Sandy's the one who came up with Manscuse.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody give an excuse about a Mandela effect because they don't want to admit it's a Mandela effect.
You're telling me he never spelled his name Shakespeare?
This is a huge one, Brian.
That's got to be huge. No. And so Carrie responds, "Wow, thank you." Well, Kimmy responds, "Wow, thank you, Carrie."
I was like, I got to
says
show Brian. I got to show Brian this one. This is huge.
Yeah, Jeremy here says, "Carrie, there's always weird explanations like this whenever an Emmy happens." Yeah, of course.
Weird.
So
Yep.
He spelled it 80 different ways,
What? No.
including Shakespeare.
I have never heard of this before,
really?
where there's all these different ways of spelling his name. Have you, Esther?
Yeah, wouldn't you be slightly mad if someone spelled your name wrong? I mean, yeah, I would be. Yeah.
It'd be like somebody spelling my name Teresa instead of with my H,
Right.
I would not be happy.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they were back then with spelling, but
Hey, man, the animal.
many different names because you want to be known for your specific name back then because they didn't have it's not like nowadays.
Evie, come here.
It's like you want to be found and you want people to know your work.
Yeah. Brian, there's another good one coming up. You're going to love it.
Yeah, just
Another
came
good
across
one.
this
You
one
gotta
post.
find your stuff.
So Paula, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing this right. Paula Peluyera,
I don't.
just came across these on a Twitter post. I've never seen these before. They were calling them monkey balls, monkey brains. They look like monkey brains. Yeah, crab apples, all sorts of names. I just never seen them before. That's what they look
Have
like.
you?
Have you guys seen that before?
Me neither. No.
I didn't until it was in the page. Hi, Ed.
Those are weird looking.
And animal. Shakespeare.
What do you think, Brian?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's one of those MEs that, yeah, it's got to be an ME.
I just want to know what the thing is. Like, what kind of thing is it? Is it a fruit? Is it,
I don't know.
like, I asked like what it was, and they're like, probably looking. Yeah, it does kind of look like.
What was in the comments about this? Did you look at the comments, Brian?
What's that?
What about the comments?
Comments. Let's look here.
Are there any comments? Yeah, there's a few. Nice.
Esther says, "What are those?"
Like, what are they? They gave me the name of them, but that doesn't tell me what they are.
Yeah, exactly. It would help to know what they were called. Yeah.
It's like, no, I mean, like, what are they? Are they like an apple? Are they?
I have no idea, sir. I wish I could tell you. I got to do more research.
It's like, I don't know what it is.
Me neither.
The broccoli-ish looking. That's what I could agree with that. Mr. Mikado says here.
Yeah, I agree, Mr. Mikado. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next one, Brian?
And hang on, Ann says here, she says the whole sketchy Mr. T commercial is making fun of me. I was making fun of the Emmy. That's what it is. Yeah. So anyway, does anybody remember Michael Jackson, in this case, wearing this weird-looking black top with a hoodie and zipper under a jacket?
Wait till you see this, Brian. Wait till you see this.
I swear it was a button-down, dressy black top. Found more residue.
And I give credit to that guy, Kevin. See that? I did have to show his name, so I'm not taking credit for this one. Now look what it says. Look, there's residue there too.
Yeah, it says here, Mr. Jackson wore his look with a black button-down.
That's my residue. And look what he's wearing now, guys. Look at the zoom in on it, Brian, on his picture. Look at it. You see it?
Yeah, let's have a look here.
And there, like I said, there is a few pieces of residue when you click on it. Yeah, look what he's wearing. See it? Please tell me. To me, it was a button down. Look at it now. Now it's a hoodie. Did that look off?
Yeah, it looks weird.
Thing, like, I don't know, some sort of like a.
Show the residue, Brian. There you go. Look.
What you wear out of the, like, to bed.
Yeah.
Just zip up, which wouldn't make any sense for you to wear a zipper to bed.
Yeah.
Somewhat like a silky, like.
There's some residue right there.
Yeah, sit down.
There wasn't much residue.
Long t-shirt as well, or like a nice dress shirt underneath.
Yeah. You guys agree on that one?
What's your seat of faith? Hi, Ellen. Well, to food.
Brian, you gonna do are we almost done with my group post? Do you want to do a shout out? Or Esther?
Oh, I've been doing shout outs.
Oh, okay.
Sandy said 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, about 10 more minutes, I'm gonna have to go.
Oh.
I've got about 15 more minutes. Well, I said I'd stay up till 10 because I have to be up at 5 something in the morning.
Okay. Sandy says, really yeah. What do you mean go slower? Do I have any more links, Brian, or do you want to go look into my group and see if you can find more?
Yes, Dean Johnson. We've done the hit by. That sounds weird and Smooth Criminal.
Ed Hidden said she's an East Coast too.
Yes.
I'm a West Coast. It's only 6:45 for me, which I like it when it's early.
Well, it's 9:45 right now for me.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to come up with a good question of the day. Give me one second here.
I know what you can show, Brian.
What?
I know what you can show. We got a hit last night. in the country, all over the United States, with those aurora, how do you say them, aurora borealis? They've been all over the place. We got them in Nevada here, North Nevada. They're hitting, and they're going to hit again tonight. And if you guys can see them, you're going to be super lucky. Oh yeah, the sun is really. Brian, if you want to share some pictures of that, it'll be really cool to show them.
It's been raining here, so
yeah,
see them.
Want to see if you can find any pictures? They're all over the internet.
Okay.
Aurora. Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Right. I kind of wish I could see them. I don't know. I don't think I'm northern enough. But supposedly northern Nevada. Yeah. Make sure you put solar, solar. Yeah.
Okay. This is like from 6 hours ago.
Yeah. Right now it's dark in some places. If we can find some pictures. I'm going to look out my window tonight or maybe just walk outside, but I doubt. I'm not away from the lights and I probably wouldn't be able to see them.
I would say the person that typically posts stuff like that on Facebook,
yeah,
friends, is out of. They're not even in the country right now.
Wait, you're telling me we're witnessing this from the middle of the country?
Yeah, all over the place. Yeah.
You know,
see if you can find the map. See if you can find a map of it. They'll show you.
Teresa, I'm trying to get my word across here.
Well,
about the Ozarks.
What
you know
about
where the Ozarks are, right?
No.
They're in like Missouri.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's affecting the whole United States. It's a very bizarre thing going on right now, and it's because of the sun.
Yeah, but we're not supposed to see this stuff. It's usually in the northern hemisphere.
I know, Brian. That's why I wanted to show this. This is
I know
very.
It usually occurs close to the North Pole or close to the South Pole.
Maybe there's something going on. I think there's something going on with the sun. The poles are flipping, or something. I don't know. See if you can find more on it, Brian. Yeah, there's something causing this phenomenon to go even where it's not supposed to be going. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Check it out. Show the map, Brian. Oh, no, that's not it. Never mind. Wrong map. You're looking at a different map. There's more there. You just got to Google it.
They say it was visible in like 30 states.
There you go. United States. Now, is there a map there? There should be a map.
Wow. You know they'd be seen in not just Ozark, but Arkansas?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you guys. This is very, very, very bizarre and rare.
I'm asking my sister if she's going to be able to see them tonight. Because I'm like, at least, her and all of her kids would love to see that.
Brian, try to Google map and see if it shows the map of where it's supposed to be. A royal, you know what I'm saying? Put the word map.
Mm-hmm.
See if it shows the map of it.
Are you okay? Oh, just what Annie's comment. I was holding a bus at the Eros at a Goodwill in 2012, and a Michael Jackson song came on, and I didn't know the lyrics.
There you go.
Hold on, sorry. The thing.
What?
And I got so creeped out hearing Annie. Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Annie, are you okay?
That would be scary if you didn't know the song.
Did you find it, Brian?
Just bring that.
Yeah, I'm getting a ringing in my ears right now.
Uh-oh.
Does that happen to you guys throughout the day? I mean, we talked about this in the Mandela effect. A lot of us
not today.
Notice it.
Here and there. It's not as often as it used to be. It's actually getting better.
Okay.
It should be all over the internet, Brian.
I know. Usually it's closer to the North Pole.
You could put the word locations. Maybe if you put locations, it'll show a map.
It says right here.
I hope they don't take over in animal.
It's typically visible located north of the 60 degrees latitude, is what ChatGPT says.
Whoa.
So basically, Florida, Texas, California.
Yeah. People that never
Like
see it are
that.
getting to see it now. Very, very strange.
It's in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's weird. Now all of a sudden I'm hearing ringing. That was fine. All of a sudden I hear it.
Hey, check this out. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you guys the YouTube from USA Today. Hopefully I don't get flagged here.
Okay.
Look at that. And don't they make music? If you listen to them, they make music.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
Look at that colors.
Wow. I would love to see it.
I want to turn down the music. Make it flag.
Let me turn off the music.
Yeah.
That's in Minnesota.
What do you guys think of that?
That's wow. Otherworldly, Brian. Otherworldly. Is that the right word? Wow. You don't see any where you're at, Brian? And now where you're at, you don't see any of that tonight?
No, not here in Alabama. What about you guys?
Well, let's ask the chat and see if anybody else has seen any.
Are you seeing it, Esther? Are you seeing that stuff?
It's naked.
Well, it was raining earlier, so I don't think we're going to.
Then, hey, Brian. Then
Yeah.
Gainer said it was a class G4 or whatever, strongest on record.
Yeah,
That's what I meant. Yeah, the stronger it is, the better chance you have it to see it in weird locations that you would never see it at. Yeah, this is huge. Thank
I
you,
have a
Ann, for
question.
that bit of information. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I have the question of the day for you guys out there. So, can you guys think of a vivid memory that you have that may be different from what is widely accepted? And what is your strongest one? How do you explain the discrepancy, though, like with your memory and the commonly accepted version of events?
Brian, do you want to do a
Anyone?
caller? Call in? Well, we're waiting on Sandy.
That doesn't help
Let's
me
see how
out.
much. Okay.
If you do a call in, I don't know how long it's going to take Sandy and Jeff to do what they're doing.
Okay.
Are you able to do it on your phone? Or, on your computer?
Yeah, I can do it. Would anyone like to call in tonight?
Yeah, why not? Somebody will call in. Sandy, and just to let you guys know, Sandy and Jeff, Sandy's trying to get the Flickr uploaded so that you guys can see all the new Mandela effects. There's a lot of good ones too, right, Brian?
Yep.
And I have a few there too. I don't know what happened, but I just started getting hit with Mandela effects. It's been a while since I found some good ones, but just happened for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Brian, you going to give out the phone number?
Yeah, I had to plug up my laptop real quick.
Yeah. Welcome, Mustard Seed of Faith. Not really here. Welcome. We got a lot of people here, Brian. How many people in the chat? I can't see it because I'm on the phone.
I can't at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up some stuff.
Oh, cool.
And whatever we don't get finished with tonight, we have to carry it over to
Yeah.
the Saturday. That's fine. We'll do the Saturday show if we can't finish all the folders
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, we do have a lot of good stuff.
We don't want to keep you guys awake too late. It is like a school and a work night, so we're trying to keep it within reason.
Yeah. Did Sandy say how long?
The 10 minutes, a few minutes, 10 minutes ago?
Okay.
20 are watching.
Okay.
Just keep an eye out on the backstage, Brian.
Guys, the phone number is in the chat. I just posted it.
Okay. What is it? Let me see.
It's there in the chat.
Oh. The phone number is, if you want to call in, anybody, we'd love to hear from you. It's 850-764-1552. Again, it's 850-764-1552. Go ahead and call in if you want to talk about the Mandela effects or any other things related to it.
Feel free, guys, share your experience, with us. And
Yeah.
it's great when you can talk about other people who are like-minded. You can talk to people,
Yep, we're here. Bob Gokart says, CSN, I used to be a king. Anybody, you can call in if you like. 850-764-1552. Is that a free call, Brian?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody?
23 people now. I haven't even looked.
Somebody call in.
So,
Hey, Brian, should I do the do 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 do
No.
do 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 do?
I think I used to do that, didn't I?
Yeah, you got me doing it. A Jeopardy song.
ooh. Sorry.
Ed
man,
Hen
I haven't
says
seen-
23 people now.
I hadn't seen Jeopardy in so long.
Me too. I got all weird new people now.
We are getting a call from somebody.
Oh, awesome.
Hello, caller. Welcome. You're on the air.
Hi, yeah, this is LJ.
Oh, hi.
I love
Hi,
her.
LJ.
I love her. She's awesome.
Can you speak?
Yeah, I don't really have any new Mandelas, except maybe another store moved up, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's a little coffee shop, donut place. It's in a little plaza called Mr. Mike's Plaza. Well, it's known as Mr. Mike's Plaza. I don't know if that's the official name, but I remember it being as you face the plaza down on the right, and now it's on the left. But I didn't go to that plaza enough to be sure if it moved or it could be mismemory. I'm not sure.
Wait, what moved slowly to what moved to the right?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. It could be mismemory. It's a store in a plaza. I told you that Dollar General moved in light of Rainbow Plaza.
Maybe.
This is another plaza it's in the Irwin area, and it's Mr. Mike's Plaza. That's the name of a pizza place. And there's a little donut coffee shop in there, and I remember it being on the right-hand side down near an insurance office, but now it's on the left end of the plaza. So it may have moved, or it may just be I didn't go to that plaza enough, and it's a mismemory. I'm not sure. But the Dollar General, I'm more strong on it having moved into Rainbow Plaza.
So just basically moved. So what have you noticed lately? Anything new with the changes?
Just that one. That's the only thing I think major that I noticed new.
I'll tell you what I noticed. Now this isn't like, hang on a minute here. Yeah, one thing that I noticed is that the AI, it's like the AI keeps getting more and more advanced. It's not not Mandela effect related, but just the end of November, that's when ChatGPT launched with GPT-3. They're on GPT-4 now, and there's this new thing called Auto GPT, which fully automates it. It basically, you could perform a Google search as one task. And then it will compare the top 5 brands of shoes for you, for instance. And then it will list them in price for you. It'll put them into a spreadsheet. It'll do all this stuff for you, automated. You can even do it with Siri now. It's crazy. But yeah, it's amazing how advanced the AI is getting.
I did notice something now that you mentioned that. It's if you're doing a live chat and you say something sarcastic, it gives you that emoji where the eyes are looking up. So like it understands that you're making a sarcastic comment. So that takes intelligence. So that's not a simple, thing to be able to understand, because like I go on some channels and like you make a dry humor comment, so it sounds like a serious thing. So they have to know you're joking to get it right, and that thing is intelligent enough to know that that's a joke and put that emoji in. So like it's really thinking about what you're saying to be able to give you that emoji. It takes a high level of intelligence and also screening of what you're saying to be able to do that.
Well, I'm still wondering what GPT-5 is going to bring. It's like all these applications now are integrating ChatGPT into their platform, and it's supposed to make life easier. It's supposed to be like, in other words, you'll be able to. This is what I would like. Okay, this is in my opinion. I would like something that will search every single auto dealer. It will shop around for you, and it will find you the best deal in your area for a vehicle that you're looking for. Basically like a scout. In other words, like a scout bot. That would be awesome. Don't you think?
Yeah, but what I'm finding is the technology is getting dumber and harder to use on the user end. I'm trying to think of some examples. There's a couple things that keep happening lately that the technology is getting dumber for me and harder to use. I'm trying to think what it's been doing. One of them is shopping. You try to shop. I know what it is. It's like on some, like, you might go on Amazon or some of them, and I know what it is. And like, you'll put in a very, very specific product, a brand name. I want this brand, this variety, these many ounces. It's very, very specific. Okay. So then it brings up pictures of that. Okay. So here's your thing you want to search. Okay. Then I put it.
Sorry, guys.
Low to high price, because that's how most people want to shop. Low to high price. That's what I always pick. So then, when you go low to high price, it just starts showing you every brand, a variety of all kinds of things that may or may not even be related, and it totally messes up your search. And I find it doing this on multiple shopping sites. It does this. It's like they're on purpose trying to make it hard to shop.
I think
Like
he walked away to calm her down.
A variety of collagens that I was trying to buy, and at first it showed all that brand and all that variety, and then when I tried to go to low to high price, it put all kind of other brands of collagen, and it put collagen cosmetics in there, which I was looking, the thing I was looking for was edible. So some of it's not even related. Some of it was just other products with a tiny bit of collagen in it somewhere. And this would all be jumbled up, so they're making it harder to do things.
I missed part of the call because I just got here. So
What?
I said I missed part of your call because I just got here. What's going on? Can you do a quick summary of what's going on with collagen?
Collagen?
Yeah, you were talking about the
I'm
collagen.
talking about. I'm just using that as an example of something I was shopping for. I use a 5-type of collagen by BioTrust. It really works really well. So I was trying to buy that. So I put BioTrust, unflavored, multi-collagen. So I put that in, and at first that's what it shows: pictures of blue and white bags, the exact thing I'm looking for. Then I choose search, and I put price low to high, and then all these other brands of collagen come up. Collagen cosmetics come up. Things that just have a tiny bit of collagen in them come, and they're all jumbled.
Oh, I hate that. Like, 'cause they're showing you the lowest price and they're showing you sponsored stuff first, right?
What?
Are they
I
showing
can't
you?
really hear you.
I know, it's because he's not using you're on that's why he can't mute, because if he mutes, we won't hear you anymore.
Yeah, if I mute, they won't hear you. Sorry.
I was just saying that.
I can hear her, but it's just not loud enough, and it's slightly echoey.
Gotcha.
Let me see if I can turn it up a little bit with this. How about now, Sandy? Try to say something.
Oh, if you turn me up, it's gonna echo for everyone. You can't. There's a bug with StreamYard. You can't change my you can't change my volume. It's because she's on a call, Brian.
Better.
Okay, she said that's better. I turned everybody's volume up a little bit on that tab.
Oh, okay.
Are we ready to get started?
We are ready to get started, and we have a huge show.
Thank you, LJ, for calling in. I hope you stay tuned, and we'll definitely continue where we left off with that. Okay.
Okay.
Hope you have a good evening.
Good night, LJ.
Yeah, good night, LJ.
Bye.
Oh.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Teresa.
Hi.
Hi, Esther.
I waved at you earlier.
I saw.
Hi,
Kat.
Hi.
Hi, Evie.
It's Megan. It's Megan.
Where's Megan? That's not Megan. That's Sandy.
What's Megan?
That's Jeff.
It's Megan.
That's Teresa, and that's Esther.
Well, you're Megan.
Megan's not here. You want to watch?
Hi,
this?
Evie. Can Evie say hi to me?
She did. She said hi to everybody.
Hi, Evie.
I hear her. Hi.
Hi.
All right, guys. Thank you for waiting. The reason why it took so long is one folder is the size of the entire show. So one folder is the size of all the other folders put together. And Flickr just wasn't having it. So thank you, Jeff, for helping. And thank you all for waiting for the show to, the slides to start. But
You're welcome.
we have a lot to talk about tonight.
We got a lot of people in the chat too, don't we?
Well, I only have 9 over here.
Oh.
Well, we have
Brian?
20 hours.
How many do you have, Brian?
I don't know.
So is it
20.
We have 30 right now. 30 people.
20.
20.
Is it 20? I can't tell.
So 30 total. He's right, about 30. So
Got it.
how about we're gonna, Brian, you're gonna go right in order. You're gonna start with the logo and residue folder because we're trying to get through Teresa's stuff first.
Mm-hmm.
And Esther's got something in the logo and residue folder to talk about as well. So I figured we'd start there.
Oh, cool, Esther.
I did. I forgot.
She's
Rumor.
like, what?
All right. So first
Is you, Brian.
Oh, Brian's Mandela effect?
Yeah, the Photoshop I did for him.
Gotcha.
He's got
Brian, I think you're up. Brian. I think you're up.
All right. 15. Okay, this.
24.
Yeah, I see it.
You're starting at 24 logos and residue and working your way up.
Okay, this one for me has changed.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what you guys think. All right, so which one of these logos is correct? The top or the bottom, guys?
His last name?
Look at the. Pay attention very carefully to the logo.
Oh, I think you meant the spelling.
No,
Daughtry.
the logo.
No, look at the logo.
It wasn't filled in, if that's what you mean. Brian, it wasn't filled in, the A.
Right. Well, hold on, Teresa. We're waiting for the response from the audience.
All right.
I don't see any responses in my chat at all.
I don't see anything either. I still don't know who this person is.
Chris Daughtry.
Yeah, and if I've heard any of his music, I don't know who he is.
I gotcha. I think he was on. I don't watch American Idol. Was he an American Idol contestant? Winner?
No idea.
He didn't win. He finished like 7th or 8th or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he was better than all of them put together.
I wonder if like Justin Guarini feels like shorted because now like 7th or 8th place gets record deals and stuff, and he just disappeared into the sunset.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, TD Mage, it's okay. What's his biggest hit?
The one that's Mandela.
I know. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Home.
Home.
Changed from I'm coming home to I'm going home.
I thought it was I'm coming home.
It
Somebody
was.
should write a song about that.
It was I'm coming home. Yeah. Now it's I'm going home.
That's a good name for a song.
Hi, Michael E.
The one that's been Mandela.
Hi, Quentin Danto. Hi, Mustard Seed of Faith. Hi, Karen, Melanie.
Okay, so which one is the correct one, guys? Which one do you remember?
Hi, Robert Humphrey. Hi, Ryogami, Mikado, Tomato,
So far,
tomato.
nobody knows who he is.
Well, for me, it was the top one. Now it's the bottom one. Would you believe that they filled in the A now?
And they also filled in the R a bit, which I cleaned up a bit too.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the
The
most
A is
prominent
fully
one is the A.
filled in.
Yes.
Mhm. So, okay, on the top, this has probably been discussed before, but I wanted to show everyone that Mickey Mouse's signature has 3 6s in it, and when it's flipped, it says Wicked. Just want to point that out. With everything that's happening with Disney, I wanted to show everyone this again, that there's 3 6s in Mickey, and it's Wicked upside down. Now, here's my question for the chat. Do you guys remember this Batman logo? It was in the original series, and I don't ever remember seeing that logo ever.
I remember seeing a bat like that.
I don't remember a 9-point bat logo. No one even answered, Brian. Just kept going. I need someone to look at Brian's chat because I can't see that stuff. So we showed this before, but I needed to put it into the slides. Credit Ed Hen. This is how many people remember the Nazi logo. It's now tilted a little. I'd say like maybe like 25 degrees to the right, like clockwise. At the top, we have we've talked about the Warner logo before, but I highlighted it. The W-A is one letter. The A is broken. The R is broken. The W-A-R is all merged. And also, but the reason why I'm showing this is because I don't remember the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I just remember as Rocky Horror Picture Show. I don't remember a the. And I don't remember a tagline, a different set of jaws. Does anyone remember that there on the DVD? I agree, TD Mage. That looks like teeth on the Batman logo. Teresa, Teresa, do you remember Rocky Horror Picture Show or the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I got to think about that one because I've seen it so many times.
We would just call it Rocky Horror. We would shorten it and just call it Rocky Horror.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember the being there very much. For me, it was always just Rocky Horror Show.
I do
Me
No,
too.
the yeah,
Mandela will know the.
no,
I
the
don't remember the. But then again, the DVD. I don't know much about the actual DVD, but I have seen like my ex actually was in a Rocky Horror Picture theater production, and I don't remember a second name ever being placed on it.
And you remember Rocky because you didn't even say that just now.
Yeah, I do remember. I shorten it because it's easier just to say less words.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, I remember the Rocky Horror. Yeah, what is it gonna in his mouth?
He's biting on his lip. It's his teeth.
Yeah, but it looks like he's got something in his mouth.
It's his teeth.
Yeah, but something coming off the teeth.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, this might not be an American release. I don't know. This is an Australian who collects DVDs and VHSs from all over the world. Some are American, some are Greek, like the one on the left. I don't know if that's an American one or not, but I don't remember a tagline, a different set of jaws underneath. Doesn't it?
No, that wasn't there.
It looks ridiculous.
Did I ever tell you guys the story about my friend who was in a Rocky Horror Picture Show? And one of the girls in his show was Piper Perabo. And I met her at that show. Yeah, I met her before she was famous. My friend was friends with her. I had no idea who she was.
I don't know who she is either.
She's the girl from Coyote Ugly, that movie Coyote Ugly.
Oh, okay. Believe it or not, I've never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
John Goodman was in that too.
Whoa, look at that swastika.
My chat, Analog Line remembers Rocky. Eddie Von Balloons, Eddie Von Keen remembers the. I don't remember the says High Pockets. Karen Melanie says no the. No one's commenting in my chat on the tagline. All right, guys. Do you remember the Three Stooges? The O's being intertwined like cocoon, like an infinity symbol. Because
You mean like a chain?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
No, I love the Three Stooges. That doesn't look weird. That looks weird.
I like the movie. The movie was awesome.
Well, the movie is not intertwined. It's a little merged. That's why it's got a red block around it on the inside. But I'll take the little merging as opposed to interlinking.
Why does Curly look so much like Adam Sandler right there on the right? He's got more. Wait, hold on. Isn't that in the Mandela effect? He's got more hair. Curly has more hair now.
I said that the other day.
I think that's an older effect. I think Curly was more bald.
Brian, it was covered. I remember it. It was covered.
No, he did not have that much hair.
Nope.
It's not that he didn't have that much hair for me. It's that his hair was curlier. It was more like the one on the bottom as opposed to the one on the top.
Yes, it wasn't like the one on the top where he has like a widow's peak right there.
And he also has like a loose perm. It's just loose. It's like wavy hair. It's not curly.
Larry kind of looks like Edward Scissorhands there.
He does.
Does he in the top picture?
Yeah.
All right, we can go on. We got a lot to get through. So Brian, here's your thing.
This is a new show that's coming out or is out now. Well, April 28th, so it's coming next week. Citadel. Look at the weird A. How it's cut off like that.
And nothing else is. It's just the A.
Mm-hmm.
Esther, you're up.
Oh yes, the Red Dwarf. I was watching this. Was it last night? I think it was. Yeah, it was last night, and I was watching what episode was it? Oh my word! Why am I forgetting the episode all of a sudden? Well, basically, him and a scudder was playing checkers, and I noticed that the checkerboard was missing something. And I don't know like what else you have on here, but it used to be. I don't know if I want to. Does anybody know Red Dwarf?
I do.
I love this episode. I've watched it like many times. I'm trying to remember the exact episode. I'm trying to remember now. I watched so many in a row that it's like I remember he was playing with the scudder, he was playing the checkers.
And what's the issue with this one?
He got hit. I'm trying to remember the episode. Well, I wanted to see if anybody knew Red Dwarf, but it was a checkerboard, and you could see red checkers for the scudder, and in the middle of it, the very center, it used to have dark blue checkers as well, like just one stack where Rimmer was. That's Rimmer's thing. Now it says Rimmer. There's no checkers at all. It just says Rimmer above it, which as you can see on the screen, it says Rimmer.
Yeah, there's no checkers around it at all, except all you can see is a few red checkers in the front. That's it.
I remember watching this episode going, oh, that's so funny, because when you watch it, you have to pay attention to that little detail, or this makes no sense.
What is that supposed to be? That Rimmer there? Is that like a nameplate or something?
Yeah, Rimmer is his name.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a stack of blue checkers.
Yeah, it's like a dark blue checker, like a navy blue. That's what color they were. And then, except because they were talking, because they were joking, he's like, I'm about to beat this scudder. He's like, but you only have one move left. You have one thing on the board. And he's like, yeah, but in 5 minutes, his shift is over and he has to go back to work. So he wins by default.
What is this show?
Red Dwarf.
I never heard of it.
Is he the Red Dwarf, or what is the Red Dwarf?
Red Dwarf it's a sci-fi British show. So it's
named after really the ship they're on.
Yeah, it basically Lister gets basically the whole crew gets wiped out by the radiation leak. Lister was put into stasis for 3 million years till it was cleared up. He got brought out. Everybody's dead. It's just him, the cat that evolved from his cat was safely sealed in the hull. And then you got, like I said, Rimmer, who's a hologram who got brought back to basically keep Lister sane. And then you got the Scudders, and then they eventually find Crichton, and they go on all kinds of adventures. And it's a fun show. And like I said, I've always noticed the chessboard or checkerboard because the scene is talking about you only have one thing left, so you have to notice that detail. So that's where I was like, where did the Rimmer sign come from? So, and I
don't remember that Rimmer sign ever there.
Yeah, and I just watched it like 3 or 4 days before then. So it's like, well, it changed in that time frame because the time I'd seen it before wasn't there. And then it changed when I was watching it.
I do want to say, go back for 1 second, Brian.
Yeah.
Like, this is a low quality image because she's taking a picture of her television.
Yeah.
But when you're watching the show, you can clearly read Rimmer on his shirt. I don't understand why you need that nameplate there. His name is right there. That thing on his chest says Rimmer.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense either to have like a floating thing above it to say Rimmer. I mean, unless they were trying to really hammer home like the joke of this is the only thing left. But it's like, is every single one of his chess pieces were supposed to be Rimmer? It doesn't, or checkers. I
No,
say chess. I usually
that's
play
what
chess.
I'm saying. Do you remember a chess set? Because you keep saying chess.
Yeah. No, it's just I'm used to most people play chess. Like in the show, that's what they play is chess. The computers play chess against each other. So it's not very often you see checkers come out.
One thing I know is with a name like Rimmer, I wouldn't want to know him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is a pompous. Yeah. And in the picture, for some reason, yes, Rimmer's hair does look red. He actually doesn't have. He actually has brown hair.
I was going to ask you
that. I was going to ask you that because I thought he was the Red Dwarf.
No, his hair. I just noticed that in the chat. It was like, oh no, he did have just like regular. It depended on the length. Will depend on the waviness of his hair. But usually they kept it pretty short.
Oh, I just want to ask a question. TD Mage, are you in the United States? Because TD Mage says, no but my Rocky Horror DVD does not have the tagline. I'm trying to figure out if this VHS or DVD if it's a United States one or not. It could be an Australian one because, like I said, it's Minty, what is it, Minty Comedic Productions? Anyway, so now we're at Residue. Teresa, you are up with me. You have one here, Teresa. The rest are mine.
All right.
You want to talk about yours?
Yeah, the Richard Simmons one.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if you want to zoom in on it. As we know, this is an older fact, Richard Simmons. That he supposedly, a lot of people remember him wearing a headband. And what was the other? The wristbands.
I remember wristbands too. Yeah.
And I don't know if he wore leg warmers or not. I think there was more
I
of
know.
a
I
woman.
remember leg warmers too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we covered. Leg warmers, headband.
Okay.
The headband was, I think, money bags.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were going to cover it, and I'm like, oh my God, where are the wristbands and the leg warmers?
Well, I found this residue, the top right-hand side there, and it actually says and it looks like they were selling something here. Richard Simmons Fitness Head and Wrist Sweating Bands, and there you go, Richard Simmons. And I thought this is good residue. Why else would they be selling it? You know.
Look at that, Richard, the way it's written on the headband, and
yeah,
like it's going through the end.
Yeah, I'm proud of this residue.
And the E's broken.
So
my other residue is. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Esther.
I was just saying that D does look weird, but I will say that font does kind of look familiar, though.
The Simmons looks right to me. It's besides it being merged, but the E breaking through on fitness and the R going into the M, I don't remember that. The H and the A are connected too, and the D is broken in a very weird way. Okay, so on the left we have the Statue of Liberty with less of a she's not on a starboard, and we also have the book instead of the tablet. Gutfeld, we have Red Bar American flag on his belt, and we have a British chip.
Wait, hold on. Let me zoom in on that.
Okay. And then we have a British store with British flags everywhere, all residue. Like a store in America that sells British products.
Yeah, that looks perfect. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that crazy pinwheel looking one.
Yep.
Something Union Jack.
Thank you.
The Union Jack.
For it.
I think she's on mute. Teresa.
Yeah.
I think,
oh, that's all me. Oops.
Yeah, it's all you. You have a lot in here. Yeah.
Top left, Titanic. As we know, the Titanic now, they are now yellow. And a lot of people, including myself, remember them being red. Well,
you're talking about the smokestacks, right?
Smokestacks. I couldn't think what they were called. My brain
you were
didn't
talking about
work.
the Statue of Liberty for a second.
Oh. So if you look on the top left-hand corner, it looks like one of their posters. And look at the color of the smokestacks. Now, here's another question. Were there 3 smokestacks or were there 4? That's another question.
There's 4.
Okay. The one on the right, I was in Big Lots over the weekend, and I happened to see, they had some patriotic stuff there. I guess, I don't know what they were celebrating, probably getting ready for 4th of July in April, maybe. And I came across the Red Bar pillow. I almost bought it. You see it there, the Red Bar?
Yes, we see it.
And then the T-shirt, which is a 2 bottoms one, and on the left is zoomed in. That T-shirt is from Walmart. No, I didn't buy it. But if you look at the tablet, it is now square. And now when you look at the Statue of Liberty, it's got like notches in it. Yeah.
You forgot the hair. It's got the hair down. Like
I didn't even notice that. Yeah. Her hair is down. And now looks really weird. You want to explain how the hair looks, Sandy?
Well, the hair is pulled back in a I don't know how to pronounce it. Chignon.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's Japanese.
So yeah, I remember Statue of Liberty having her hair down, and actually the book not being looking square, but now it's got those notches in the corner, one in each corner. I'm not, like I said, that those shirts are from yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
All right, Brian.
Is that
Pleased to
mine
see
too?
you again. Yep, keep going.
Left hand side, the effect that woke me up. I got excited when I seen this residue. Skechers for me, I always had a T, and that was my wake up Mandela effect, and I'll never forget that day. On the right, we have. You want to zoom in on that one?
It says McMahon Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah, and as we know now, he's American Family. What is it?
American Family.
Yeah.
American Family Publishers. Yeah.
Check out this residue.
Yeah. Supposedly he was never affiliated with them.
Yep. Left-hand corner, we got a cat there with the Uncle Sam hat with the
Guys,
stars and the stripes, and now
and
it's blank.
There's so much residue out there for that too. The McMahon.
Yeah. The one on the right is, I believe this is the bike shop or somewhere.
Yes.
And the patch, if you notice, it's he's got the monocle. As we know, the Monopoly Man no longer has a monocle, but this is residue for him having the monocle. I thought it was pretty good.
It's even got it down to the mustache.
Yeah.
Yep.
See it?
All the way down.
And I 100% remember the monocle.
Okay, Jeff, you are up.
There you go, Jeff.
Okay, so this is residue I found on, can I name the channel?
Yeah.
On Dave's Archives. He shows old commercials from like back in the day, a lot of 80s and 90s stuff, some 70s. So, so this was one of the commercials, and I noticed the old Earth residue here, as you can see.
But then
in
it
the
becomes
commercial.
New Earth. It switches in the middle of the commercial. It goes from New Earth to Old Earth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look how small Cuba is. Look how small Greenland is. But then Alaska is like, it stole half of Canada and moved it over to the left. It's gigantic.
Yep. It's even got the North
Yeah.
Pole.
I always thought North America looked like a giant dragon. Doesn't North America look like a giant dragon to you?
I don't know. I have to look at it. I'd have to look. Is that the end of the folder, Brian?
Yep.
Okay, good. We're moving on to the Mandela effect. Teresa is up like 3 times in a row, or 4. Teresa, I did not get your bears done. I got everything else done though.
You know that dog
I'm
tree.
sorry, what did you say, Sandy? You got what?
That's it. I didn't get your bears done. They'll be next week with your
That's
other
fine.
new one.
That's fine. And then my other new one, the other new one I found today.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I up right now?
As soon as he loads it.
And I'm up. Okay. Yay. A lot of you guys probably won't know this one unless you lived in Orlando.
But
this
you're
is
going to say it, and then they can spell it based on what they think it's spelled.
This is a local Mandela, and it's in Orlando, Florida, where I grew up at. No longer there now. A park in a neighborhood of Orlando has changed for me. This is a huge new one for me. If you are familiar with the place, or want to spell it how you think it should be spelled, please fill it in the blank. Can we say it?
Hold on a minute.
What is it? Englewood? Is it Englewood?
Yes, Englewood. How do you think it's spelled?
Probably Engle.
Okay, I agree. And it's changed for me. It's freaking me out. Okay, go ahead. Next one. Go ahead, Brian. Brian,
Yes.
go ahead. Next one. Please. I grew up in this area of Florida and clearly remember the park being called Englewood, Englewood, but it's always been Engelwood. Yeah, weird.
Even spell check got it wrong. You see it at the top?
Yeah,
It's
check it
got
out.
the red dots.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up in this area of Florida and clearly remember the park being called Englewood. And here is the way it is now. If you look in red, that means the current timeline. Look at the way it's spelled, guys. And like I said, I lived in Florida my whole life, pretty much. And here's some residue. Nice residue, right? Plenty of it. Okay, Engle. Go ahead.
It does look weird, EL. I will say it does look weird.
Yeah, and this one really hit me hard. I found it in an Orlando group, for people who grew up in Florida, and I was looking like, that's not spelled right, and that's how I found it in the local, the group for people who grew up there in Florida, Orlando.
All right, Teresa, we have to move faster because Brian wants to shove an hour and a half of stuff.
Okay,
that
what's
took me
next?
3 days to do in 20 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready. We're going to go faster, people, so pay attention.
No, I didn't. Sandy, I didn't say that. I said that we have to cover as much as we can. The rest can spill over to Saturday, whatever we don't.
Okay, go ahead. I'll go faster. I'm drinking some juice right now with some sugar in it. Keep me awake. I don't even know what it's called. Oh, I'm drinking Splash, V8 Splash Berry Blend.
So Journey frontman, Teresa.
Okay, Journey frontman Steve Perry had a hit in the 1984 about his girlfriend. Her name has changed for me. Please spell his then girl's name. Oh, Sherry. You guys remember this song from the 80s? How do you remember Sherry being spelled?
Yeah, look, we're pausing just for a moment here while you guys answer.
Yep, we're going to go look in the comments. Analog lime's funny. Anybody remember the song "Oh Sherry" from the 80s? The older people, like me. IE.
High Pockets.
High Pockets members. IE. Sherry. IE. Oh, Michael E. remembers Sherry with a Y.
I thought it was Sherry with an I. Is it not Sherry with an I?
You'll see, Brian. You'll see. Sherry. Okay. Eddie Von Balloon remembers Sherry.
Yeah, I'll just post them in here.
Okay.
Not really here. Sherry with an I. Sherry IE. Little E says Sherry with a Y question mark. Eddie Von Balloon says Shari.
Is that Eddie Von
It is
Coon?
Eddie Von Keen.
I bet it's him.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. We'll move on then.
I'm with an I, Sherry with an I. That's what I'm thinking. Is it not that?
You'll see.
Hang on. Okay.
Go ahead, Brian. The story behind Oh Sherry, now it's spelled Sherie. I remember the song being spelled Oh Sherry with a Y, but her name's always been Sherie. Do you remember like she does.
No.
Yep.
Was it with an I or with a Y?
Yeah. I don't remember. Pac-Man or SP being one letter. Do you, Sandy? Where does that have to do with this?
Columbia is the company that produced the record, Teresa.
Oh, the Columbia. I see. Yeah, it looks like
And
a Pac-Man symbol.
yeah,
Now I'm with
I don't
you. I'm
remember
sorry.
that, and I don't remember Steve Perry being one letter. SP.
No. Good catch, Sandy. Okay, Brian, go ahead. Yeah, that looks weird. And this is how it's spelled now: Sherrie.
It looks wrong.
I know. I had found this a while ago, and I didn't get a chance. Right, Sandy? I found this a while ago. And now here's some residue. There you go.
I could see how people could possibly mix that up with the last name, Perry and Sherry, sort of rhyming and looking like each other.
Okay. All right. Residue. I definitely remember Sherry with the Y. Okay. Go ahead, Brian. And yet more residue with the Y. Plenty of residue. All right. And that takes care of my second effect.
All right, let's see what's next. You guys still hanging with us? We're almost there.
All right.
Almost there. We haven't even started yet.
No, we're about halfway through, Sandy.
Go
Brian,
ahead.
the last folder has 50 slides.
All right, then
You're
we'll
nowhere
have to
near
wait.
halfway through.
I know we'll have to wait for that one till Saturday to present that
What's the
one.
next one?
All right.
Oh, yes. One of my favorite songs.
You want to? I can read this
Sandy,
one if you want.
Go ahead, Brian. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're fine.
Yeah, you've read like the past 3 slides, so I figure I'd give you a
Well,
break.
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So the title of a popular song from 1972 has changed for us, and we are curious how you remember it being spelled. So, Pure Prairie League. Please spell the one female name, the title of this song by Pure Prairie League. A blank.
Amy. Spell how you remember Amy spelled.
Amy. I would think AMY.
The chat is very interesting because they're wrong, but they're wrong, but two people remember it the same way.
Oh, Amy, like aiming something. AIMEE is what we're getting.
That would make more sense to me than what it is now.
All right. Well, we remember the title spelled the typical way, Amy, AMY, but it's always been spelled with a Latin way and named Amy, AMIE, which in French means friend. Do you remember Amy too? Also, the majority of their logos, especially the older ones, are all merged now. Look at that. The E and the A, the P and the U, and the P and the R. A lot of it's merged now. Right. Just all that's basically all the letters. If you can just look at it, almost all of them are merged right now. Okay. Yes, tons of residue.
That's in the wrong spot. Keep going. Brian.
Yeah.
That's in the wrong spot. Keep going.
Oh, okay. These are residues for AMY, Amy. While researching this, Sandy realized a part of the chorus had changed for her and Teresa. Amy W. blank, just fill in the word.
Words.
Do Amy W. blank do. The blank is multiple words and sometimes included in the title in parentheses. What do you remember them singing? Please write it exactly how you remember. And you guys, look at the weird lettering there. The angel, number 9. Look at that weird looking 9. And the G. Look at the G. Like split, it's cut off in the middle of the G there.
Hi, Ralph. Analog Lime says, what you gonna do? High Pocket says, what you gonna do? I don't know what Brian's chat says.
Let me see. Yeah, High Pocket says, what you gonna do? I think what it is, Sandy, I think I can see your chat plus my chat.
You can. I just could only see my chat because I'm in my chat.
That sounds like that Bad Boys, the Cops song. You know what I'm talking about?
It does. It does. It sounds exactly like that, but it doesn't sound the same as the music.
Oh, man. Now that song's going to be stuck in my head all night. What you going to do when they come for you?
Are there any other answers?
What you gonna do? What you wanna do?
There you
What
go.
you wanna
Wanna.
do?
That's what I was looking for.
Okay, we got...
Oh, and
All
check
right.
out the logo at the bottom of the angel, number 9.
Yeah, I noted the weird looking G is, it's like split right there between the circle and the little candy cane looking part. So here's the song lyrics. Amy, what you want to do?
What you want to do, not. But they.
Yeah, what you want to do. It was Amy, what you gonna do? But it's
me.
always been Amy, what you want to do in the lyrics. But people still sing watcha, like we remember, but sing
No,
want
that's
to.
that's not people. I know that's a shortcut for people, but that's the the Prairie League EPL.
Oh,
Easier
gotcha.
for you.
Okay.
They
Yeah, 'cause
still sing whatcha, but sometimes they sing what you, like they'll say what chew. That's what they say. Instead of whatcha, they sing what chew.
It still sounds like that Bad Boys song from Cops. Does this match your memory from the Pure Prairie League? For those of you that remember Wanna, it looks like this is a clip from like one of the karaoke things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's from a karaoke.
Yes, it is.
Amy, what you want to do? For those of you that remember Wanna, there's Wanna right there.
Why isn't that playing right?
I don't know. It's only got 1 second added to it.
Oh Lord! All right, let me send you the clip so you can play the clip.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, that's the actual song. That's the actual song, so they can hear it. It's not.
Amy, what you wanna do? Amy, what you wanna do?
That's weird because it's in the title of the song. So Sandy's finding a lot of videos labeled Gonna, but they sing Wanna. Why would they do that, right? And there's residue for Amy, what you gonna do in all these posts here. Some of these are legitimate things, you know. As the song asks, what you gonna do? It's just a slight change, but it alters the meaning of the song. Does it not?
Yeah. But Brian, they kind of need to hear that one because that one is literally them singing it.
Okay, are you gonna send it to me?
Yeah, I'm scrolling up to get it. It's out of order now because I had to pull it out of my trash can.
Are you able to reorder it and stick it back in here?
Yeah. See, my clip is longer than that. I'm gonna send it to you.
How are you gonna send it?
I'm gonna have to send it to Messenger.
Okay.
Yeah, I just sent a picture to Messenger. I'm kind of like, what?
Oh, there's an echo.
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna send it directly to you, Brian. Why is there why am I hearing myself? Who's got me on speaker?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. Teresa, are you on mute?
Someone's playing the show.
Yes, I'm on mute, guys. It ain't me.
I'm playing the show on my phone, but it's all the way down, so you can't hear it.
What you wanna do? Amy, what you wanna do?
So it's Amy, what you want to do? We got the T in there.
I'm sorry. I think there was more in there. Let me look. Looked like some more residues were in there.
Yeah, the residue of what I remember is in there.
Yeah. Amy with a Y. Twitter seems to be the best
If it was spelled
stuff
that way, the
to
song would
find.
go, "Hey, why, what you gonna do?" Yeah. Was spelled that way, the song will go, "Aim, why, what you gonna do?" Yeah. If it was spelled that way, the song will go, "Aim, why, what you gonna do?" Yeah.
Did you say what you want or
So
what you want?
he's saying they're making fun of the fact that people remember it with a Y. Guys, why am I hearing the show? This is driving me crazy.
Esther, are you playing in the background? Anybody?
I have it on my phone, but it's all the way down to the very, like, you can't hear it. Like, nothing. But I'm muting to see if it's an issue.
It's echoing like it's playing in somewhere else in your house, Brian. Anyway, he says if it were a Y, it'd be aim Y, what you gonna do? That's what he sings. Aim Y, what you gonna do? But the next residue is better, it's clear. I think Brian walked away to see if anything's playing in the other room.
What you gonna do?
That's interesting. They're saying, Amy, what you gonna do?
That's what I remember.
So all these people getting it wrong. Or the way maybe they're just remembering it that way, you know?
All right, just to be clear, because Philo just joined the chat, it's A-M-I-E now, not A-I-M-E-E. And Teresa remembers A-M-Y, and so does Jeff. And I can see A-I-M-M-E-E, but not A-M-I-E. I've never seen Amy spelled like that. It's. I would pronounce it Ami. I wouldn't even pronounce it Amy. It'd be Ami.
Yeah.
All right, quick question, everyone. See, there's an echo in your house, Brian. It's 100% in your house, but it's echoing. Your house echoes. I heard Evie echoing. I don't know why, but it's coming
See if
from.
I
It's
can tell.
definitely. Do me a favor, Brian. Mute for a second. All right, guys. I have a quick question for you about wrestler actor Mickey Rourke. And now the echo's gone. So it's definitely coming from Brian's house.
Yeah, I've had on mute for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it was just me and Brian that weren't muted, and the echo was horrible. And I could hear it echoing through his house. That was the thing. Brian, can you go to the next slide? So I can. All right. So, guys, don't look this up. I want to know your memory, not Google. In your timeline reality, is Mickey Rourke dead or alive? And feel free to chime in, Jeff, Teresa, Esther, Brian.
I
Who's
want to
that?
say he is, but I'm not 100.
I thought he died a few years ago.
That's what I thought.
I'm not 100% on this. I know who he is, but I haven't kept up with his status. Alive, alive, alive. Oh, my eyes.
Analog Lime is dead. High Pockets is
I hope not.
alive. No. Analog Lime says dead. Sorry, Analog.
After this one, I
Teammates
definitely
alive.
gotta go to bed. My eyes are hurting so bad.
Okay.
And I have to get up super early. It's almost 11 now. And the stuff I work on is going to be super, super exhausting tomorrow.
So usually I'm not affected by the died before Mandela effects, but this one hit me hard. He died in my past, and I'm 80% sure it was from a DO, which I'm not going to say. Does anyone share my memory? Apparently Analog Line, Jeff, and Teresa do.
Yes. The only difference for me is the year.
I think we all are Analog Line. Yeah. Next slide, Brian. Sophia Green, welcome. I was surprised to find him very much alive and 70 years old. I can honestly say I've never seen him look this old in any picture I've seen. He died in the 90s or early 2000s in my past. Tyler remembers him having health struggles.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a me, and that's why I want to pronounce it a me that's spelled A-M-I-E instead of Amy.
Hey, Jeff, you want to read a couple
Yeah,
of them?
Jeff, read this crazy one.
Yeah.
I better go, so I'm already falling asleep.
All right. Thank you for being
Good
here
night.
as long as you were, Esther. Have a good night.
Thank you, Esther. Have a good night. And Teresa, you're free to leave as well if you need to.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock here, so I better go to bed.
All right, Teresa.
Right. Bye, everybody.
Night,
Night.
Esther.
Night.
Night.
All
Yeah,
right.
this is the first time I've seen the I, or 1111 on a coin. That's why I included it. I've never seen it on a coin before. Anyway, go ahead, Jeff.
We need to talk about a very old Mandela effect again, the Roman numeral for 4. Most of us all remember 4 not being allowed. We only ever used 4 for 4. There's 2 reasons why I am bringing this up again. The first may not be an ME, but I have never heard of this, so I'm asking. Have you ever heard of the International Maritime Roman numeral flags? I haven't, and the boats look crazy to me.
And I just have to say, right before this got on the screen, Philo put music, Black Flag. That's crazy. That's all. It's okay on the caps. And yeah, it does look like 1111. I agree.
These flags are used to communicate messages, codes, or information to other ships and are typically used by world governments, NATO, and for regattas, boat races.
Have you guys ever seen these flags before on ships? Like lots of them. Not like a single flag. I'm talking about like them spelling out the year in Roman numerals with flags. I've never seen this before. Anyone see these before?
All right, man excuse number 1.
Wait a minute, before you go on. I forgot a slide here. There should be something that says the second part is, I don't remember there ever being man excuses for the IV to I. When we researched this years ago, I don't remember there being any man excuses whatsoever. Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
The strokes were too heavy, so basically they are saying the 4 eyes looked prettier.
You have to read the part. It says another story which actually has a bit of sense to it is that on the opposite side of the clock dial to I, the VIII symbol is the heaviest number, made up of 4 heavy strokes and 1 light stroke. It would completely ruin the symmetry of the watch face to have IV with only 2 heavy strokes on one side. Instead, 4 eyes has 4 heavy strokes, making the watch face look more aesthetically pleasing. The numeral I is known as Watchmaker's 4, which I've never heard of. Has anyone ever heard it called Watchmaker's 4?
No.
And it's actually more visible from all sorts of angles, so you can quickly and easily tell the time.
You know, Sandy, I covered this back in like 2017 or 2016.
Yeah, I know. This is number 1, Brian. There's 4 of them now. This is only 1 of 4. I've never seen so many man excuses for a Mandela effect when there was none before.
Sandy,
You want to zoom out so they can see?
Sandy, can you read this real quick, please?
Yeah, I can read. Brian, zoom out though. Thank you. All right, so the part in red says, there is a tale that there once was a famous clockmaker who created a watch for King Louis XIV, the King of France. He presented his watch to the king with the standard IV in place of the 4, and was forced to change it to 4 eyes, as King Louis XIV thought that was how it should be written. Man excuse number 2. King Louis XIV said so. Legend says he told a clockmaker that it should always be 4 eyes. That's the only reason given for this one. And man excuse number 3, which is not on my screen yet, which is why I'm waiting. In the Middle Ages in Europe, I was generally used, not IV, to express the Roman numeral 4 until around the 17th century. In fact, you can see the notation I on mechanical turret clocks that were made before around the 17th century. This one contradicts the last man excuse, since King Louis XIV ruled in the 17th century. It claims IV was never used until then. But clocks today primarily use I, and King Louis said he wanted I, which means they were using IV prior to the 17th century. So these two excuses contradict one another. And finally, Manscuse number 4, Jupiter, god of thunder. When Roman numerals were in use by the Roman Empire, the name of the Roman supreme deity, Jupiter, was spelled I-V-P-P-I-T-E-R in Latin. There was a feeling that using the start of Jupiter's name on a clock dial and it being upside down where it fell would be disrespectful to the deity. So they're also saying that it was upside down all the way back then. And we remember them right side up. And the oldest Manscuse is the god Jupiter would be offended. That is why it's I, because Jupiter would be offended. None of these Mandela effects existed in my past. Phila. Oh gosh. Whether the flags are a new for you as well or not, at least one of these Manscuses should be new for everyone. I just love how history keeps making excuses to discredit us, don't you? So that's a Jupiter coin with the IV.
Aye, aye, aye.
Yeah. All this stuff is crazy. I agree. It was always IV in my past. You would get marked, just like Heibach said. You would get a mark off for using I. Brian, do you want to read this one?
I can. Hopefully not too much of an echo. Let me see if I can.
No, it is echoing.
Sound. Is that better?
Right now, no. It still echoes when I talk, but I'll just mute. You go ahead.
Okay, so theater with the ER is the American English preferred spelling. Theatre is, well, theater, but it's with an RE, is the British English preferred spelling. Unfortunately, due to the nature of this question is for those of you in the United States. The name of a cereal I grew up with is spelled wrong for me. So, which spelling do you remember? Top or bottom? Was it fruit and fiber with an ER or was it RE? And check out the merging on that early 1990s box. Look at that. The U and the I, the F and the R, and the F and the I are all merged.
So guys, just top or bottom, which one do you remember? Or you can write the word, it's up to you.
Let me check my chat. Okay, not really here says fiber with an ER. Anyone else?
I remember, Brian, I used to eat this cereal all the time. My dad would buy it.
I did too. It was with the ER, wasn't it?
Yeah, I told Sandy this is so wrong. No, this was one of my favorite cereals. Between that one and Lucky Charms.
When did it change?
Yeah. It freaked me out. Yeah, this is a huge one for me, guys. As big as Skechers. This is big. Yep.
I forgot to mention that the I and the B is merged also.
Yeah, specifically the word thin.
But says here, Teresa and Sandy both have strong memories of fruit and fiber with the ER spelled the American way, but it's always been spelled the British way. No. Do you remember like that? Not my reality. No. What did they do to our cereal? There is residue, however, with a fiber with an ER.
This residue is actually from the U.S. government.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's probably out of order. You'll see what it was in another slide. I was supposed to show this last week and forgot to upload it.
Okay. I remember you used to take fruit and fiber, and you could basically make granola bars out of it.
Yep. Or I would crush up and put it in yogurt.
Yeah, it's great for parfaits. But there's a lot of residue for fiber with the ER. So what did Francine think about this one? I'm curious.
Wait, hold on. Right here. See? This should have been before the first slide. It is the Health Claims in Advertising and Labeling, a study of the cereal market from the Federal Trade Commission, August 1989. That first slide. The Federal Trade Commission put FIBER multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh, grape nuts is great in yogurt. I agree, Philo.
Was it grape nuts?
No, I'm saying grape nuts is off. Philo said that grape nuts is in a parfait too.
Yeah,
And
just a quick Google search. I am curious.
Val Zaccarelli remembers fiber.
Oh my gosh, it looks so wrong.
Oh, alone? No, it's always been RE. Always.
Oh man, this one's pretty crazy. It's a cereal that's called it's called Poop Like a Champion.
Yeah. Now here, this is why you can't look it up. It was post Fruit and Fiber, and then it was sold to Kellogg's. And when it switched over to Kellogg's, they changed the ampersand to an N. But there are other brands that have Fruit and Fiber with an ER. But the one from my childhood, post Fruit and Fiber,
Okay, you're
and
gonna have to let me.
Kellogg's has RE now.
You're gonna have to let me read this next one, Sandy, if we want to cover it in this segment here, because we're going a little over here. So let me read this one because there's a delay if we have to stop at all.
Okay.
You know how there's a 20-second delay. I'll read this one.
Okay.
All right, guys, this is the last one of the evening.
There's a lot of questions here, so answer quickly because Brian wants to end the show. So if you want to answer, you gotta answer fast.
Yes, we have to get up in the morning. But anyway, before I begin this crazy presentation, I want to ask you something that you may have already covered, or may have already been covered. Sorry, but is a new change for Sandy. This is dealing with tornadoes. So please spell the missing word. The plural version of tornado is what? How do you spell the plural version of tornado?
How do you spell tornadoes, everyone? How do you spell tornadoes? Easy question. Philo, it's the last one, but it has as many slides as the previous slides for the whole show. That's why Brian wants to read it, because it's literally the whole show again in one folder.
I put tornadoes with an OS. Gen Z
put both.
Mm-hmm.
Analog Line says OS. Philo says OES. TD Mage says OS. Michael E says Sharknado.
That's good.
Shelby says OES.
Potatoes.
Yeah, but Philo, there's a rule that says I before E except after C, and that's not always the case. High Pockets is OS.
Analog
Exactly,
line.
analog line.
Yeah, I agree with analog line. I noticed this a while ago. Where did the E come from?
Same. Jeff, are you still here?
Yeah.
You got to chime in with your answers. You're too quiet.
Jeff, you're in that part of the country that receives like 90% of the tornadoes. How is it spelled?
OS.
That's what I remember.
Yep.
However, you'll probably see me use tornadoes and tornadoes with the ES throughout the presentation because I missed an autocorrect here and there. But in my past, it was tornadoes with the OS.
Always for me.
Oh my gosh, that looks so wrong.
That is so long. The word is too long. Tornadoes. Yeah.
According to the rules of English, all words ending in O are made plural with ES. But I knew there are words that break the I before E except after C rule. In this reality, the O rule stands. It just looks way too long like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so here is. Make sure the Oxford Dictionary doesn't know how to spell it.
Yeah, and not to mention
The National Weather Service.
National Weather Service, yeah, the NWS website spells it with an OS.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a sign down there on the bottom that said OS.
Lots of graphics.
Yeah, so lots of graphics here, stuff that gives you nightmares.
Fox News, a local Channel 5 Texas channel.
Yeah.
There's a piece of jewelry.
Now, whether you remember tornadoes with an OS or an ES, there are changes to these monsters I need to ask you about. So on to the main questions. So the tornadoes with the OS and tornadic history has changed, including weather events that never happened in my past. So besides tornado watch and tornado warning, do you remember there being any other classification alert for impending tornado weather? If so, or if yes, please share in the comments. Oh yeah, let me read the top. Before I talk about the tornadoes with the ES themselves, that must be the autocorrect you were telling me about.
Yeah.
Or you were telling us about. I do have one question about the emergency alert system. Okay, so let's go to the chat.
Well, answers. Yeah, I need answers here, guys. Yes or no? Besides tornado watch and warning, do you remember there being any other classification for the alerts? Yes or no? Jency says no. I can't see your chat, Brian. What's your chat say?
Jency says no, and that's the only answer I got so far with that. Got 31 people watching, guys. Come on, we need your help
says
with this
no. Michael E says no. Analog Lime is a no.
Vale says no. TD Mage says no.
High Pockets and Shelby say no.
I say no.
Jeff says no. All right, Brian, you can go on. We got enough answers.
I just realized that there's a delay because you're seeing those comments come through on your end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing them on a slight delay. It's like a 5 or 10 second delay until they hit my channel on here.
Gotcha.
My mom says no. All right. Well, in my past, it was only watch or warning. A watch meant that a storm was capable of producing a tornado. A warning meant a tornado had touched down. Did these words mean this for you too?
Like, for example, a cupcake watch is all the ingredients that can make cupcakes. And a cupcake warning is cupcakes exist. They are on the plates. So that's how it was with me for tornadoes. If there's a tornado warning, a tornado has been spotted.
Well, speaking of tornadoes, did you guys make it okay? Sandy, I saw you posted about your area that was you were getting a derecho.
Yeah, we were okay. No, it didn't. It wasn't a derecho. It was more like a nor'easter.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. We talked about the weather and how these weather patterns keep coming across. I don't remember them being swirling storms like in the Midwest. We're getting these swirly storms.
Yes,
I always thought it
Lynn.
was just it used to be just like a line coming across, like a
Yeah,
line marching along, pretty
yes,
much.
we covered them. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's
Yep.
the thing. The definition of a warning has changed for me too. Go ahead, Brian.
All right. In this, should I read the top part too?
No, you don't have to. I'm going to repeat it.
All right, because in this reality, a tornado warning can mean a funnel cloud or convection has been detected without a tornado touching down, or imminent was not in a warning in my past. Was this definition for you?
So again, for me, if you had a warning, a tornado was spotted. Now, a tornado does not have to be on the ground. It's likely to occur.
No.
And that's not what it was for me. But that's not the point.
So I've never. Oh, you were
This is the
saying?
point. This is the point right here. Go ahead, Brian.
I've never ever heard of the new tornado emergency alert.
And I say new in quotations.
Mm-hmm.
Not new.
No,
Go
in
ahead.
my past, it was only ever tornado watch and tornado warning. There was never a third classification. Which would only work in this reality where a warning can mean imminent.
So the definition changed, and because it changed, there's now a third alert, a tornado emergency. Has anyone ever heard of a tornado emergency alert?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, well, there was one in New Jersey, so we're going to get to that.
Okay. Here it is, because this is new, because quote unquote new, because
I have never ever heard of the new tornado emergency alert. You got to read top first, Brian.
Okay, I just heard the never ever in the last slide, so all right. Well, some places like Houston haven't used it until 2023. Other places have. It was first used 24 years ago in 1999. It's been 16 years since it was adopted by the National Weather Service in 2007. Is this really new for you? Also, too?
So, guys, tornado watch, warning, and emergency has been around for 24 years. I've never heard of a tornado emergency, and it's been around for 24 years and was officially adopted by the National Weather Service.
I haven't ever
16
seen.
years ago.
I haven't ever seen our local weather or the Weather Channel use it.
Me either.
Apparently, New Jersey had one issued in 2021. The Schuylkill River is in Philadelphia, so that's my area, and I've still never heard of a tornado emergency. So here's all these places with tornado emergencies. Oh, shoot.
Speaking of tornado emergencies,
No, that's the clock out.
I figured that.
Yeah.
So what was that part about Alabama?
You had a tornado emergency.
Yeah, nearly 50% of Alabamians are under a tornado emergency at some point since 2002.
And yet you've never heard of it.
No. But it is a very rare and dangerous situation, I guess.
No, it means the tornado's on the ground.
Yeah, no. It was always, when you had a tornado on the ground, it was a tornado warning. Tornado emergency, South Carolina. What? Nope, hadn't heard of that.
I can't see the chat until I'm done clocking out at 11:30.
Part 2, tornado changes. We all know what tornadoes look like, right? Depending on the type and size, they can look different. But would you agree that a tornado moves downward from a cloud?
So yes or no? Do you guys agree that a tornado moves downward from the cloud, specifically downward? That's what I'm asking. Brian,
Yeah.
Jeff?
Yeah.
I don't know where Jeff is.
These are probably, to me, tornadoes are the scariest thing.
Oh no, I think a derecho's worse. It's like a tornado across hundreds of miles.
Jeez. What are the top wind speeds of a derecho? Do you know?
Well, they're equivalent to an F3, not a 4 or 5. That would definitely be scarier. But I think you have a chance to dodge them if you can see them. You can get out of
the problem,
out of the way.
Sandy, I don't know if you know this or not, but in the South there's a big problem.
No basements.
Yeah, no basements. Yeah, we're close because we're so close to the sea level. I guess they don't put basements generally.
What's the chat saying, Brian? I can't see.
Jeff, you see any guys in the chat saying anything? I can't say what Jency said, but that's funny. Quentin says yes. I think most of us agree that the tornadoes, yes. Marcia said yes. Shelby, yes. High Pockets, yes. Okay, yeah. Jency said yes. It goes down. All right, so we've got enough answers here.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. What I have not seen, and I could be wrong, which is why I'm asking everyone, are tornadoes with the ES here is what you put here, Sandy, that can strike miles away from the cloud where it spawned from, sometimes making a right angle down in the sky and even looping. What in the world?
I'm not saying I have never seen tornadoes that aren't perfectly straight down. I've seen them move around on the ground and arc a little from the cloud many times in images, videos, and TV shows like Storm Chasers. But this is not what I've seen. Don't forget the top, Brian. Go ahead. Brian, we can't hear you. All right. Brian, are you there? I also have never heard of horizontal vortices. Funnel clouds growing out of the side of another tornado. Have you ever seen this before? I do not even know how this would be possible. Jeff, can you see the chat? Because I can't. Not for another minute.
Which one?
Brian's would let you see both.
Okay.
Oh, we lost Brian.
Uh-oh.
Well, still look at the chat while we're waiting. I'm back to the chat. I can see my chat again. I thought something happened to Brian. Okay, so TD Mage says that's wacky. Philo says it has an arm. Yeah, never heard of that, says Analog Line. Let's see. Okay. Brian, we read this slide. You can go on to the next one. There's no sound here. You can read over it. Or I'm reading over it, I guess. There are many names for these tornadoes, including arc, elephant trunk, and drill bit. Some of these angles are so extreme that when viewed from the right angle, it can look like a sideways tornado spinning in the sky. Are these extreme angle tornadoes new for you too? Jeff, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, you can go to the next slide if you're here. I don't know what's happening with Brian. I think we're going to lose him again. Oh, there we go. So here's storm chasers, and again, you see the sideways tornado. And they're even like, what is this? It's a sideways tornado. I can't. I can't. No way. Stop. Hey, Josh Phoenix, welcome. Josh says, if they didn't have a downflow and an upflow, they wouldn't be able to move around and stay formed. I don't think the bottom of the twister would be able to stay connected to the top. I get it. Yep. Hey, Preliminal. Do you remember tornadoes landing miles away from the funnel cloud point or making right angle turns towards the ground? Because I don't. Like, some of these are crazy far away from the cloud. Philo says confirmed we are in the upside down.
Yep.
Here's some more pictures of the sideways vortices are on the bottom, like the arms coming out of the tornado. And then there's a looping one that looped back up. I don't even know how. Thank you to whoever just subscribed. I'm now at 525. All right. Next question, yes or no in the chat. Have you ever heard of luminous tornadoes? Now this image is photoshopped. Described as tornadic electrical phenomenon, there have been multiple eyewitness accounts describing these tornadoes as glowing orange or blue, with one report claiming a tornado glowed rainbow, with the colors constantly changing. Next slide, Brian. This first one looks fake, but it's not. It was verified by multiple science and meteorological organizations. I can't speak right now. These are twin luminous tornadoes that ripped through Toledo, Ohio on the night of April 11th, 1965. The following photograph was taken by James R. Wire near Toledo, Ohio on the night of April 11th, 1965. It may show two luminous funnels. Here's video of one that looks very blue, but it's daytime. It's not on my screen yet. I can't read it. Could this be a luminous tornado? It's daytime, so the glow may not be visible, but it does look very blue compared to the other clouds and everything else in the video. Video credit came from NASA. So here's the documentation I found online for luminous tornadoes from science.org and luminous phenomenon and nocturnal tornadoes, luminous electrical phenomenon, Huntsville, Alabama, 3rd of April, 1974. Go ahead, Brian. So supposedly these are pictures of luminous tornadoes, but to me it just looks like light. The one in the middle at the top is a drawing of what someone saw. And then another article, luminous phenomenon in nocturnal tornadoes. Here's some diagrams. And the bottom says, it's important. I got to read it, Brian. I'm waiting. Okay. When this thing would spark, or when I thought was power lines going down, it would start at the ground and then it would work its way up into kind of a mushroom. It would start out very intense and then it would kind of just glow. But there was one right after the other. I couldn't figure out in my mind what kind of power lines going down would give off different colored lights. They were rainbow colors. Some were green, some were pink and red and blue and yellow. It lasted anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, I would guess. So that was the eyewitness account of the rainbow luminous tornado. And they also saw St. Elmo's fire at the bottom of the tornado. Part 3, history. Check out the residue of Louisiana not having a little, like giving you the finger. I want to start out by saying a big thank you to Brian Stavely for his input and sharing his memories on this subject. His memory matches mine, which confirmed my suspicion that these are changes to our Earth's history. At least for us, they are. True or false? All right, chat, true or false? Have you ever heard that the word tornado was banned in the United States, aka the land of free speech? True or false? Have you ever heard that the word tornado was banned in the United States? Jency says no. Sheriff of YouTube says false. Jency says false. Banned? No. False, says Philo. False for High Pockets. False for Analog Line. False for TD Mage. Jeff, can you see Brian's chat? Did I miss anyone?
I'm on yours.
Okay. Shelby's false.
Hold on.
Yeah, if you can, just stay in Brian so we can... Because Brian's probably muted because of TV. Analog Line says, if it has an E, it should be.
Everybody says no.
All right. Brian, you there? You can go to the next slide. Not sure what's happening with Brian's computer. I hope we're not losing Brian again. Brian, you can go to the next slide. No, we can't hear you, Brian. No, Jency, that's Brian pretending to be me. The forbidden word, tornado. From 1887 until 1950, the word tornado was forbidden from being broadcast to the masses for fear of panic and because meteorologists hadn't figured out how to predict them yet. I have never heard of this. Have you? So ABC News is at the bottom when tornado was a forbidden word. Here's CBS. When forecasters were once banned from using tornado, until 1950, U.S. weathermen were forbidden from talking about tornadoes. Never. Not in my past. Another question I want to ask. In your past, guys, go with yes or no now. In your past, did tornadoes go through major cities? I'm talking about New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Dallas, like through the city, not the suburbs, but the city. Jeff, what do you remember? I can't ask Brian because we can't hear him.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Can you look at
Definitely
Brian?
not on the East
go on.
Coast.
Okay, can you read Brian's chat, please? I got Jency with no and high pockets. And Analog Lime, I'll say no.
Marcia 3961 says no.
Oh, Preliminal says not logical.
Right. Not really here says not in big cities.
Sheriff of
Something that-
YouTube says no cities, just towns. All right, Brian, we can go on because I know we're not done this yet. There's a lot of videos coming up. Another question. Do you recall strong tornadoes, and by strong I mean an F3 and up, hitting cities in the Northeast, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and up? So yes or no? All right, never mind. Brian just skipped without you answering. Jency says no. It wasn't until 2012 that we started getting tornado warnings in the Philadelphia area in my past. But tornadoes in cities are a thing that happens in this reality. In my past, the buildings would stop the vortices from staying formed, so a funnel cloud may appear, but the buildings would break it up. Not so anymore.
What is that?
This is Central Park.
I'm asking the same question. What is that? Well, it's a rare sight. It was in Central Park. It looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's actually a dust devil. That's like a funnel-like chimney through which hot air moves both upward and around. Dust devils are generally smaller and less intense than a tornado, but nonetheless, it still caught the attention of these folks. This one formed Monday in Central Park and had people wondering what they were seeing. It dissipated after a pedicab cycled into it, so nothing to be alarmed about, but still, just the sight of something like that right in front of you, Central Park. What is that?
All right, you can go on, Brian. So many of the examples you're about to see are New York City, the Bronx, and Queens. This is New Jersey, though, a funnel cloud forming over the water.
That never happened in New Jersey in my past. I lived there for 37 years. Never heard of that.
Harbor. Brian, you can go on. It's just a short.
And it didn't happen in New York either.
So these are like big truck trailers flying in the sky. Tornadoes menace the entire city. I don't know what city it is. It didn't specify. But this is ABC News. You can go on, Brian. Oh no, there's still more. I'm sorry. So this is a resort area, and it's literally ripping the resort apart. All right. This is a tornado crossing the New Jersey Turnpike. This was an F3 in New Jersey. During the tornado outbreak of 2021 caused by the remnants of Hurricane Ida.
No way. Absolutely not. That's crazy.
Right through the city it went. Now watch this. You'll see the tornado form in New York City. Just watch. You'll see it spinning. That's just crazy. Now this would be an F0, so nothing really impressive, but still. It's in New York City in an intersection. It's a long clip, Brian. Stay here. Here it comes. Tornado in an intersection in New York City. Absolutely not my path. All right, Brian. So this was also the time when it hit. There were multiple tornadoes that spawned. One hit Queens. Here's some of the images. There was a downburst and 3 tornadoes that hit New York City: Middle Village, Queens, the Bronx, and New York City. So here's New York City brownstones. Breathe down. Okay, this is the best
freight train
documentation of a tornado I've ever seen. It's an F3 in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. No, absolutely not. I want everyone to watch this. I'm muted.
This is it. Come on, Cubby. Come on.
This is a learning lesson. Like, seriously, everyone should pay attention. He's even documenting what it looks like outside.
Come on, downstairs. Basement. Basement. Let's go. Come on. Come on, Cubby.
Thank God they had a basement.
Get out of here. Stay. Holy shit. Holy shit. Stay, Cubby. Holy fuck. Here, Cubby.
I believe it's 2021, Tyler.
Holy shit. Oh. Stay, Cubby. Stay. No. Go upstairs. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Oh my God.
And you can see the tornado in the distance and how everything's damaged. You should never do this, though. You shouldn't immediately come out. That tornado can turn around and then come right back. His garage is falling off. You're going to see it in a second on the right. Okay, Brian, next slide. It's the pictures. So here's above is before and below is after photos of the front, through his front window. So you can see the comparison. The house across the street is demolished. Tornadoes were not this big in New Jersey before. Never. So while I do recall F0 and F1 tornadoes happening up here since 2012, I do not have any memory of larger ones happening here in Mullica Hill or further north like Massachusetts. Or like in Massachusetts. This map shows tornadoes over the decades and their strength. The entire I-95 corridor, the East Coast, is covered in tornado tracks, with F4 tornadoes in New York, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. Since when? Is this new for you too? Do you recall F4 tornadoes in Massachusetts, in Connecticut, in New York? On June 9th, 1953, the Great Worcester tornado killed almost 100 people, injured almost 1,300, and went right through the city. It traveled 40 miles in an hour and a half. Many sources classify this as an F5 tornado in Massachusetts. It is remembered on the news most years, so even though we weren't born yet, we should have at least heard of this, or at least Brian Stavely should have heard of this. He
Definitely.
lived in that state, and he's never heard of this tornado.
Yep. My brother-in-law lived in that state, and he never mentioned any tornadoes.
Mm-hmm. Now, see, this says F4 winds, but originally it was classified as an F5. So tornado smashes Worcester area. The death toll kept going up, and so did the injured. And here's a lot of the damage that it caused. The bottom left is the path across the entire county before going through the actual city of Worcester. I've never heard the term denuded, but I guess when you take all the limbs and the leaves off a tree, it's called denuded. I mean, the middle image is the college, and the above images, or the below image on the left is the college after. There's also a, I think it's a mental hospital before and after. Yes, I remember the Christmas tsunami in Indonesia. Here was the other F4 happened in 2011, and this is probably the one related to Hurricane Sandy. Traveling 40 miles for 70 minutes, hitting the town of Springfield, Massachusetts. Since when are there F4 and F5 tornadoes in New England? Does anyone recall this? It's called the Springfield tornado, but Charleston got the brunt of it. Brian Stavely, who lived in Massachusetts during the 90s until recent years, and I have no memory of these F3 and F4 tornadoes. Do you? Finally, we've made it to the last two questions. Jeff, do you want to read a little bit? Can you give me a little break, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have you ever seen tornadoes make spirals like this? They are new for me, and I'll explain why I believe this is a new tornadic behavior.
Yeah, you have a much longer delay than I do.
Yeah, it's annoying. Here we go. A couple of years ago, I presented mesovortices in a hurricane eye. These spinning air ducts create tornadoes around the eye wall, which is the same phenomenon that produces the spiral seen in that tornado.
So this was new for me, I believe, in 2020. I think I covered it, or 2021. Tornadoes in the eye wall of the hurricane. Jarrell, Texas, May 27th, 1997. Go ahead, Jeff.
Have you ever heard of dead man walking tornadoes?
So, yes or no in the chat. Have you ever heard of dead man walking tornadoes? Anyone? No, WTF, says Jency. I'll keep looking at the chat. Well, guys, I'm sorry, I can't see you in Brian's chat. But in my chat, I only heard of the song. Nope, no, no, I have not. All right, go ahead, Jeff. You can start reading. This is artwork, by the way. This is artwork.
Everybody says no. Not really here. Euler Greg. That's who I see so far. Okay. The term comes from Native American mythology that claims if you see a dead man walking, you are about to die from the tornado. This type of tornado creates those spirals because there are multiple tornadoes spinning around the center of the main tornado. Multiple tornadoes that spin together as one massive tornado. Have you ever heard of this? The most famous DMW tornado is the 1997 Jarrell, Texas F5 tornado. There isn't video of the DMW, but it's the most famous photograph of this type of tornado, taken by Scott Beckwith, pictured above, published in Time magazine.
So this photo of this tornado is not Photoshop. That is actually a dead man walking tornado, which looks like a man walking.
Oh my God.
Tornado phenomena isn't unique to Jarrell. There are several other prominent examples with other tornadoes. This footage was captured during the Joplin F5 tornado that occurred on May 22nd, 2011. These vortices look like huge monster legs walking into Joplin. Another prominent example is from the 2011 Coleman F5 tornado that happened only a few weeks earlier on April 27th. There are several moments during this video that show a walking-like motion. This dead man walking GIF was captured during the 2013 El Reno tornado, and there are several photographs of the 1974 Xena F5 tornado that show leg-like features.
Okay, Jeff.
Tornado phenomena isn't
Brian,
unique.
you can stop the video, please, so we can read. Go back so we can read. All right, go.
Tornado phenomena isn't unique.
Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, here we go. This isn't new. These tornadoes have always existed, but they are 100% new for me. Are DMW tornadoes new for you too? Credit YouTube channel Swiggle Studios.
I'm not going to say it, but Rudy says, get the F out of here. And John Oz says, come on. So here is a slow motion of those multiple tornadoes spinning around a main tornado for you. And here's another one that is on the road. The one on the road is just, it just looks like an octopus reaching up. It's crazy. And the bottom is a photograph of one where you can see like 2, 3, 4 tornadoes. And here's another video on the left making those spirals. And that's usually the start of these dead man walking tornadoes. No, he doesn't do creepypasta, Philo. He's a weather YouTuber. Again, I enhanced this photo in the top middle. I added color. But someone drew that based on what they saw of a luminous tornado. I just added the color to it. And the top left is one of those squiggly ones. Another diagram of the dead man walking is on the right. Another photograph of the Worcester Great Tornado of 1953, I think it was. And then there's another tornado in a city, specifically, that's Rome. So, tornado in Rome. Go ahead, Jeff. It's the last slide.
If you were able to hang in for this long, multi-change presentation, first, thank you, and second, what do you think? Are any of these new for you?
Because they are all new for me. All of this is not my reality. None of it. Not a
Me
bit of
either.
it. Sideways tornadoes, sideways vortices, multi-vortice tornadoes called Dead Man Walking, glowing tornadoes, like stop it. Tornadoes in the city. No, absolutely not. So that is the end of the show, everyone. I don't know why we can't hear Brian, but he is here. Brian, you want to say good night in the chat since we can't hear you? And Jeff, you want to say anything before we go?
I just want to thank everybody for watching and hanging in till the end.
Yeah. And for waiting for Flickr to stop freezing on me.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So since Brian's not here, have a great Mandela Effect night, everyone. See you on Saturday.